Greetings, my name is Jane Newcomb, and I'd like to go over backgrounds with you. Backgrounds tend to get confusing for those people who are just getting started in Photoshop. When your image comes in to Photoshop, you'll notice that it's on one layer, it's background layer, there's a lock to it, and there's not much you can do with it. You'll notice here also that you cannot change the layer mode and you cannot change the opacity. You'll also note that if you make a selection and move it, it will fill with whatever the background color is. I'm going to click and move my palette over so that you may see it better, and I'm going to make it a double palette. Now everybody knows where the foreground background color is, and by default the background is white and the foreground is black. So if I move an element, select an element and move it, it's going to fill with the background color. So when I take my marquee tool and I click and drag, say, a circle around this seagulls here, and I want to move it, I select it and then I go to my move tool, the shortcut being V, and I click and drag and it makes a big hole. And that hole is the color of this background here. Now I'm going to do Command Z to undo that, and if I click and reverse the background so the background color is now black and I move it, it will be black. So in other words, this one layer here is just filled with pixels through it. You can't do any transparency work with it. Now with the background layer, you can only have one background layer. You cannot change the stacking order of a background layer, that it stays put exactly where it is. Even if you have more layers, the background layer stays right there. You cannot change it. However, you can convert a background layer to a regular layer that has transparency. And there are two ways of doing that. I can double click and I can rename the layer Seagull. So now when I make that selection, and I go to my move tool, V, and click and drag, you'll see a transparent background. Those checkerboards means you can see through it. And you can also change change that back to a background layer. So back to my background layer, if I want to change it, I can do it by double clicking, and the second way is going up under the layer menu and down to new layer from background. So those are the two ways you can change your background layer to a regular layer. So that's the difference of a background layer and a regular layer. With the background layer, you can't change the mode, you can't change the opacity, and you cannot have any stacking order. You can convert it to a regular layer so that you have more options as to editing. So that's it.